Hi, I'm former Representative Eric Mortensen and now President of Action for Liberty. Our mission is to protect liberty for the next generation. We've witnessed lockdown Walz' agenda lead to massive fraud, the surplus money squandered with Republicans voting to cement Democrat spending levels, and now Walz is threatening to take our firearms. Without a strong liberty opposition, Republicans could cave and institute gun control. Since the politicians won't reduce the size of government and they refuse to pass the Never Again bill, it's on we the people to act and get engaged in the political process. The start of the political process in Minnesota is the precinct caucuses on February 3rd. Trust me, all politicians pay attention to what happens there. Normally it's the cronies, the lobbyists, the politicians that stack these caucuses, but we can displace them because there are more of us than there are of them. We the people have the power if we show up. A voter in Minnesota is just 1 in 6 million people, but the caucus allows you to gain more influence as you are one in a crowd of only 15,000 caucus attendees. But it's even better than that. In your local district, only about 100 people get involved as a delegate and decide who the party endorses for the state house and state senate. So you'd be one of 100 if you became a delegate. Take it from me, this is the best way for you personally to take control of the political power in this state. All political parties host a precinct caucus in Minnesota on February 3rd. They start at 7 p.m. and go for about an hour. So it's really easy and doesn't take much effort. Rather than filling out bubbles on paper and tossing it into a machine, you get to have a conversation with your neighbors about the direction of our state. They are usually held at a church or a school and are only attended by a fraction of Minnesotans. Your voice gets amplified because of that. 4 main things will occur: a straw poll of who you like for governor, selection of precinct leadership, election of delegates to represent your precinct, then finally passage of resolutions of what the party stands for. Caucus locations will be announced no later than January 14th. The locations will be announced on the Secretary of State website by going to caucusfinder.com. Once you visit the website, choose which political party you would like to caucus with and show up. Caucus meeting business is done first. There will be some formalities, but it's not important to you. Then delegates are selected. This gives you a megaphone as to who will receive the party's endorsement. Want to hold radical leftists or rhinos accountable? Here's where you have the power to do just that. Usually all you have to do is write your name down on a piece of paper saying you want to be a delegate and you're in. If there are more people signed up than slots available, you'll have to have elections, which means you'll have to give a quick talk about why you should be a delegate. I recommend saying something like, I want to be a delegate to shrink government, make sure the Never Again bill passes so the governor can never shut down our state again. You'll probably get voted in. If you are a delegate, you'll be able to attend an endorsing convention within the next month. We'll tell you more about that later. Now remember, normally it's the cronies, it's the lobbyists, it's the politicians and their buddies that are influencing what the party stands for. But you can change all of that. If you become a delegate, you represent about 1 in 100 people who get to decide who the candidates are and what the party stands for. This really amplifies your voice in the political process. And if you take someone with you, this doubles your impact. So please bring your spouse, your significant other, a neighbor, any children of voting age with you. The caucus chair will ask if anyone wants to become an election judge or a poll watcher. This is great for those of us who want fair elections. So if you want to be involved in that, sign up. The final business is submitting your resolution. We must make passing the Never Again bill part of the party's platform. They have ignored the people in the past. Now we must make sure we're far too loud to be ignored. Please have your resolution printed out. You can find a copy at actionforliberty.com/resolutions. Raise your hand and tell your precinct that you want to have your resolution accepted and sent to the next level of the party. If we all do this, politicians will get the message that they better get on board or else. And if you are a delegate, then you get to pick whether or not your local legislator deserves your endorsement. And if they are willing to get on board with passing the Never Again bill, tell them to take a hike. Remember, if you want to shrink government and pass the Never Again bill, show up on February 3rd. Bring someone with you. Sign up to be a delegate and submit your resolution. If you follow these easy steps, give up 1 hour the night of February 3rd, You can make the difference of whether or not we allow politicians to continue ruling us or we restore liberty in Minnesota. Thank you.